let's see. Steeb. Steeb, are you going to load? Is it loading? There we go. Hold on. Gotta move it over to my other monitor so I can see it. You can tell how many days I haven't checked in by what just happened. Seizure warning. So if you're new here, this is Steeb. He's full of weeds right now, but he is our virtual succulent garden. He's named after Steve Rogers, if no one knew that. And the snail is named after Bucky Barnes. I haven't been on in days, but they're still not super... My microphone is right in the way of the water button. But you water your succulents, you can choose your pot, you can buy different types of plants and have different backgrounds, but it's free if you don't want to do all that extra. So it's got chill music that changes. Just watering some of these plants. Once a week you get a free plant, so you can get free plants to add on. And when you water them, if they're thirsty, they liven up and get all bright and colorful and stuff. Get out of here. No. No. Let go. Try to pick these little weeds. Go. There we go. Okay. I think that's all the weeds. And then we like to wet the snail. That's our little snail buddy. But yeah, so that's Steeb. Steeb makes me want to get IRL plants. Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about Steeb, because there's like lots of games like this with, like, you know, gardening simulators or planting simulators, is that like it's all of the fun of having like very over the top plants that require very specialty care. Like Marcy's very much like a plant person, and like when Iris is in chat, Iris is another, like, she's a very, like, when I talk about like their plant collection, their plant hoard, it is impressive, and like they know about how to actually properly take care of plants that require special, you know, routine or special treatment. Like I am not that person. Like I can put seeds in a pot and water it and like rotate it and trim it. Like I have herbs that I trim, that I grow and stuff, and I've got stuff on my windowsill, but like I don't have succulents. I've never really had... I've had one succulent, and it ended up dying, and I still don't know why it died. So I followed the instructions that it came with, and it still died. So, you know, Steeb is like the happy middle ground of, like, if I want to, I can have a little digital plant that it can't really die, because it's not real. And if I want to leave it up on my screen, I can, and I can have little music... And I can change the background, and I can have like a cat apartment or something, or I can have cats, or I can have an apartment, or I can have a forest thing, and I can get different plants, and buy all sorts of different stuff. And it, like on here, it's like, oh yeah, you can buy for 29 cents, you can buy a new plant. It's like, these plants do not cost 29 cents in real life. At least not where I've looked. So it's the happy medium, especially if you live in a place where the climate's not good for it, or you don't have like a place that's temperature controlled or like humidity controlled or whatever, or it doesn't have enough good sunlight access indoors if you're doing indoor plants. If I could have a bunch of indoor plants and them actually like thrive, I would be down for it, but for right now I have my outdoor windowsill plants. Which actually, my peppers started sprouting today, like the new seeds that I planted for my peppers, little sweet peppers. They started sprouting today, and also I put a sweet onion base in there, and the roots are finally starting to move, so that means that it is actually going to hopefully take to the soil, which would be nice. So that's about the extent of my actual real-life plant adventuring. It's just like vegetable in a pot, or herbs in a pot. It's not succulents or anything fancy looking. This is as fancy as it gets for me. It's good old Steeb. So I do understand the desire. Before I cut off, I will say again, thank you to everyone who came by or who rated or who followed. A reminder that all of the nonprofits for 2021, our campaigns are running until the end of the year, and you can find them all down below here on Twitch under the causes section. For January, we raised money for Trans Lifeline. The campaign is still active if you want to donate. And this month, our campaign is for Black Girls Code, which is for girls 7 to 17 to get into tech and through outreach programs. And they're a great nonprofit. And also for April, our mods nonprofit, which is Sage and Prim Mobile Wash Station, right? That's what I always say, and I always forget if that's what it's actually called, but her nonprofit, the link is also there in chat and also down below if my stream deck is working today, because yesterday we had some problems, or last stream we had some problems. If you're looking for my horrible gaming videos that don't get released on here, and also Japanese videos now, they end up on my Ko-fi. My Ko-fi is kind of like my Patreon, only there's no tiers. So it's $1 gets you access to literally everything. All of my stream VODs, all of my exclusive videos that don't get streamed here on Twitch, you get to call dibs on anything that goes in my Etsy shop before it goes live. All of my Ko-fi supporters get first-hand access before it ever goes live to the public. You also get 25% off my shop at any time if you're an active supporter. The code changes every month, so you can only cheat the system so much. So there's a code live for February in there. Sometimes we do drawing streams. We do Pokemon, like drawing just a Pokemon by the name or the Pokedex kind of streams, where I do that, and some of those are live on the Ko-fi as well as the final art of what happened from those streams. What else? Sometimes we try to do Jackbox, but lately I've been doing it just with friends only because of trolls and racists that ruin things for nice people. Tomorrow we might hop into Animal Crossing. I don't know. April said I'm correct. Okay, yes. I just want to make sure. I always say it and then I'm like, it sounds right in my head, but I don't know if that's actually right. But check out her stuff and go follow her on, Twitter. And I think you're back on Instagram, right? You said you're back on Instagram, maybe? Go follow her adventures in soap making and trying to do good for her community, which she does plenty of good. And I think in terms of announcements, that's really it for the end of the stream. I'm going to see if there's anyone live right now to raid. Let us see who is online. Froggy is playing Stardew Valley, so if you want to enjoy some Stardew, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Thank you again, and I hope everyone has a good day. Bye, y'all.